So for this Tchaikovsky excerpt, measure 299 through 316, we can think of this as being divided into roughly 3-ish sections. So first there are these chords in the beginning that are a little unusual. Usually we have DVC and orchestra parts, but in this case, we'd be playing the top 2 notes of each chord. So there's this E flat, B flat that's blocked, and then making sure that this F natural is tuned to your A string so that that rings really truly, and then same thing with this B flat, it's going to be a little higher than you're used to, so make sure that that B flat is tuned to this G. Take it again, that ringing sound, and then we go back to upper second position with 2. So that's more a matter of just fine tuning that. Then 301 to 303, we want to think of this as 2 kind of building phrases. So we're in upper second position, so just going over the fingering really quickly. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. I choose that particular fingering because this is a very romantic, very passionate music, and that calls for a lot of vibrato, and my pinky is a kind of short pinky for a cellist, so some people might do 1, 3, but I can't really vibrate with as much juice as I want with 4, so that's why I use this fingering. 4th position, and then the C sharp, B sharp, E, upper second position for the F sharp, 2, 3, 4. So that's the general idea with the fingering there. Musically, however, something to focus on is there's 2 little small sub-phrases happening. There's a yum ba-dum bum bum, yum ba-dum bum 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 bum. So we want to build up from the B to the E and then the C sharp all the way up to the C A chord. So that involves 2 things, or 3 things. One is making sure that this is a true 8th, 16th fret, 16th note hook bow, has that true bum pa-da, or I like to say ta-da up. So if we were going down, up, ta-da, up, down, up, ta-da, up. So to say ta-da, I think is really helpful, because if you were to say ta-da, people would think you're being really sarcastic, but da actually captures this rhythm really well. So it's so to do that, if we did it on an open string for a moment. So okay, up, down is what we're doing here. So if we went down, up, down, up, and the important thing is that that 16th note is connected to the next 8th note, meaning we're not thinking, otherwise it slows down the process. So fast notes always belong to the next long note, meaning the 16th note belongs to the 8th note that follows. So making sure there's follow through here, meaning next. So we did that a few times. And if you find that relatively difficult, take more time in between. So we can stop and we're preparing ta-da. And then eventually we make the space between the notes shorter. Okay, so that's one element of this. Second element is making sure that each one of these notes, minus the 16th note, has what I call kind of like lightning vibrato. So it's the idea if like someone like tickled you and you're sort of good, that impulse is how you can kind of get your vibrato to really have this like fiery or like lightning kind of attack to it. So we have this da, 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 zap, 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 zip, zap, zap, zap. Third part of it is pretty straightforward. We want a crescendo on each of these little phrases, so using a little bit more bow each time. So so that's how I recommend practicing that. So now we have our second section. This is measure 304 through 311. So same thing applies here in terms of the attack of the 16th note connecting to the quarter note that follows. So for now practicing, we're going to add extra space in between each 8th note and 16th note. But the key point here is that the attack needs to be just as fast and articulate. So by that I mean, we have this G, and then we're going to prepare our arm because we're going to do a very quick shift to 6th position. So we take time here. Okay, da-da-dum, ready, and yeah. That's, I think, the trickiest shift here, so doing that a few times. This is an old finger shift, so we're going up on one and tapping. So it's not this, or shift, because that could sound really sloppy. But, so if you're unfamiliar with old finger shifts, you slide up on the old finger and then tap down your new finger. Oops, I flew the wrong note. Oh, yeah. And then after that, actually, let's go through the fingering of this. So we're in 6th position. Stay there. You play 3 for the E flat, 2 is on A, on the 1 is still on the G on the A string. So we have, then release. Now the spacing in your fingers in 6th position will be half half. So then this is measure 305 after the D. So keeping the A string down, we're gonna tap the D string like a harmonic, and notice that because I've depressed the A string with my first finger, my 3rd finger can hop over really easily. So there's no point in pressing down on the D string because you'd be exerting more energy than you need to. So then this is the end of that measure, 305. So this is C sharp A, and then 1 hops over. We have C A, and then the same thing, da da da. Then the same harmonic idea we just did. And then we're in upper 3rd position. This is the end of 307 on an up bow. So 1 is on D sharp, 4 is on A. 1st position, E and C is on a down bow. Up bow, E D. Open A. Go up a half to 3rd position. This is the pickup into 310, 031. Go up another half step. This is the 16th note, A, E, D sharp on a down bow. Then up another half step. Then up another whole step to upper 5th position. This is the 2nd half of measure 311. And then up another half step, we're in 6th position, and now we have this whole step, half step spacing in our fingers. So I'm not going to do the 16th notes, but just to go over this fingering, the pickup into 312, harmonic, E flat, reach for this E natural, release, E, 4th position, and this part's really key. Bring your thumb up like this as you're on the F to prepare to go up to thumb position. In fast mode, you really don't have enough time to swing your arm like this, so preparing. And now to get there, we have this like sweeping motion like this. Otherwise, if we stay here, we kind of corrupt the angle that we want. So after swoop, and now this spacing in thumb position is a little new. So thumb is on our harmonic like normal, and then there's a whole step between your 1st finger and 1, and then a half step between 1 and 2, and another half step between 2 and 3 to give us D, C sharp, C natural, B natural, A harmonic, 4, 2, 1. Okay, so now how do we practice this? In measure, it's starting at 304. So we talked about adding extra space in between each note. The second thing that I recommend doing is it's preparing the pattern that follows each da-dum. So by that I mean, after we've practiced this shift a few times, okay, we've got it. Now we got it. So So after this A, G in 304, E flat and A are what follow. So going, prepare this and make sure this is a very tight squeeze. And then we have E flat, A, G. This is the pickup into 305. So ba-da-dum. But we have to prepare the D, A. So after, prepare this D harmonic by releasing. So we have D, A, G, which then is followed by that. So set it up. So 2 and 3 are already down. And then as soon as we go ba-da-yum, 1 needs to hop over and 3 stays on the A string. So hop over. And now confuse myself. 1, 3, 1. This is the C, A, G. This is 306. Da-da-dum on down bow. Then we're gonna prepare 2. Sorry. This is down now. Then 3 is on the D string. Getting ready to hop over really quickly. Ah! Shift. Then, okay, da-da-da. Then to first position. This is the pickup into 308 on an up bow. Now we're here. Then 1, 2, 1, stay there, but hop 1 over to the D string. Okay, 1 and 4 down. So after ba-da-da, we shift to upper second position. Okay, open A, D, C sharp. Up. Up. So the other thing to consider as you're practicing this, so gradually the space in between each of these gets shorter and shorter, but for right now, that is the primary goal is like attack, prepare, attack, prepare, attack, prepare, attack, prepare, and then the spacing will sort of manage itself. The other small detail here is this is an alternating bowing, meaning we're constantly going from one extreme end of the bow to the other. So for every, we get to one end, we come back, come back. Ah! So now, how do we practice 312 to the end? That's pretty straightforward. This is rhythm practice. So first we have this diddle or digga bowing, which is a rebound bowing that happens on the up bow happens on its own, so we don't think of both bows. We just think of, I like to think there's like a bumper here, my bow would naturally just bounce back. After that, it's same idea of preparing within each rhythm. So if we went one note at a time, we have, again, measure 312, like lift, tap, roll, tap. And notice, even though I'm about to play the G, I've already prepared the E flat, tap, E natural, so really stretch. Notice I'm being very aggressive with this attack. There are 4 Fs. Yes, Tchaikovsky's known for sometimes being excessive with dynamics, but this is a very big climactic moment, so we want to practice that with the same kind of intense energy. So then after that feels taken care of, we can do 2 at a time. So daga daga, preparing for the D, G that comes next. So again, this is 312. Roll, so da-da hot string, and then E flat, G already, A, G, E, G, A, G, E flat, G. Then lighten up here because we're going to be shifting down very quickly. Thumbs up. Then groups of 4. So ba 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 bum. So da 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 da. And it's worth understanding the pattern that the bow is doing is A A D A. So going into default mode like this helps give the left hand confidence. So rather than like da, 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 if we stay heavy and understand that, okay, we just have to do, well, this left hand is doing da 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 da, things will usually go according to plan. So let's try that. Okay, getting the E flat ready, reaching for the E natural, then back to E flat, then A, G, F, U. Once that feels good, we can do groups of 8. Another musical thing to bring out here is that the interesting part of this line is the D, E, E. So I like to add a little accent, not too much, but like, sorry, I got ahead of myself. Sorry, doing one measure at a time. So again, prepare what we're about to do. Okay, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, da 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 da, and then attack. So da 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 da. Okay, we're getting ready for E natural and then E flat, and then moment of truth. Ooh, nope, 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 nope. The key to this measure is courage, and just courage. It's either you make it or you don't, but you can't kind of wimp out in the middle of it. It's you commit, and if all goes according to plan, life will be good. But that's the key. You can't hesitate with this. Oops. And then we can do the whole thing. So yeah, that is a very good starting point for how to practice this effectively. And again, even though we're dissecting this into really small pieces, everything in this particular excerpt is very appassionato, very fortissimo, fortissimo. So even at this slower tempo or with the stops, you want to have the same intensity, so that eventually when it speeds up to like, I'm gonna play the easier part for right now. It feels not like such a stretch. So practice musicality from the beginning. I hope this video was helpful to you. Happy practicing.